NEOM, comprising of the Line, Trojina, Sindala, and Oxagon, is Saudi Arabia's bold vision for the future, a cutting-edge, sustainable, and futuristic megacity like no other. In October of last year, trailers and videos heralding the commencement of its construction captivated millions worldwide. But somehow, updates regarding its current progress are difficult to find. So, what exactly has been going on, and how much, if any, have they already built? We share stories of the most impressive and sometimes even insane megaprojects around the world. Big thank you to every single one of you for all your support on our videos. If you love our content and want to see more, consider supporting us with a cup of coffee via Super Thanks. Now let's explore the latest construction update on the Line. Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman unveiled the Line in 2021, marking the nation's most ambitious megaproject to date. Envisioned as a self-sustaining linear city, it spans over 100 kilometers from the Red Sea to the city of Tabuk in the east. The city's design includes two parallel 500-meter-tall buildings, representing a monumental leap in urban planning and architecture. The vision entails having all necessities within walking distance, and the entire city will have no cars and no emissions. This announcement sparked significant reactions, especially following the release of drone footage showcasing excavation work back in October 2022. However, details regarding the current progress of the construction site remain scarce. So what's the status today? Recent updates reveal substantial progress on the Line over the past year. During a recent exclusive interview with the project's executive director, it was disclosed that the construction of essential infrastructure is approximately 20% complete. This encompasses crucial roads, offices, and logistic hubs, essential for future operations on the site. These advancements are visible on satellite images spanning the entire length of the project. Compared to images previously shared from last year, significant changes have been observed at these locations. The NEOM Community 1 exemplifies this progress, resembling and operating as a fully functional city. It boasts hundreds of housing units, a school, a mosque, a post office, convenience stores, and a bus station. Impressively, the community even houses its own Starbucks branch. Furthermore, significant strides have been made in excavation work for the Line's main structure over the past year. Observing Google Maps reveals that the foundations can now be almost entirely traced from end to end. Excavation work on the coastal section known as the Hidden Marina is also well underway. Once completed, this section of the project would become the single largest marina in the entire world. It would be capable of hosting up to twice the size of even the world's largest cruise ship, the Wonder of the Seas. Currently, work on the Hidden Marina is considered to be the largest excavation project in the world. As many as 1 million cubic meters of earth are being dug up each week to make way for the construction. Aside from the excavation that's been ongoing since last year, piling work has also commenced for the main structure. Over the past year, more than 4,500 individual piles have been installed in a section of the Line known as Module 43. At its peak, more than 60 piles for the structure's foundation were installed on a daily basis. This figure is expected to increase even further as construction is set to ramp up over the next few months. Finally, the Line's dedicated underground rail system known as the Spine has also received some major changes. As of June 2023, the overall scope of the entire system has significantly been reduced. For one, the total length of the underground tunneling to be done has been reduced by more than 30 kilometers. Additionally, the total number of stations was reduced from 48 to just 9. With all this progress going on, how exactly will Saudi Arabia fund it, and which companies are involved? For one, the Line along with the rest of NEOM is directly financed and owned by the Saudi Public Investment Fund. This is Saudi Arabia's sovereign wealth fund, which is directly controlled by the Crown Prince. At the moment, this $700 billion sum remains the primary driver behind the constant progress. Current contracts with other companies mainly involve the excavation and foundation work. Some notable names include the Keller Group from the United Kingdom, Bauer from Germany, and the French Bachy Soletanche. Meanwhile, the state-owned construction company Power China is responsible for the current piling work being done on the marina. Finally, Italian constructor WeBuild and Saudi's own Psycho have recently been awarded the contract to build a high-speed rail line that would connect the line to Oxagon. But despite all this recent and pretty significant progress, there's still many justified criticisms against the project. For one, the inherent irony with the project's promise of sustainability. One expert from the University of New South Wales estimated that the construction of the entire city would have a total carbon footprint of as much as 1.8 gigatons of carbon dioxide. To put this into perspective, this figure alone is equivalent to more than 4 times the annual emissions of the entire United Kingdom. It's just not sustainable to stack all elements of a city vertically on this scale. Also, there are serious concerns about human rights as well. Many experts say that residents were forced to leave their villages to make way for the construction site. According to the United Nations Human Rights Office, some of the protesters were sentenced to long prison terms, and 3 even face imminent risk of execution because they were sentenced to death. This has definitely become a hot topic that will also affect the project itself. We will now take a look at progress on the next major development, which is Trojina, an insane luxury outdoor winter and skiing destination in the middle of a vast mountainous desert. Though similar in scale and absurdity as the rest of the other projects in NEOM, one thing sets it completely apart from the others. Saudi Arabia actually has to completely finish building it in just 6 years. The reason? The upcoming Asian Winter Games in 2029. After a successful bid just last year, the kingdom was awarded the rights to host the prestigious event. The project was first announced by the Crown Prince back in 2022, just a few months before the country's successful bid for the Winter Games. Located some 50 kilometers from the Red Sea coast, Trojina is situated within one of the country's highest mountain ranges. Ever since the project was first unveiled to the public, there has been some steady progress towards its construction. Over the past year, much of the work done on Trojina is the actual excavation process around the mountains to make way for its many developments. A total of 1.6 million cubic meters of material has already been excavated at the site for the creation of a giant man-made lake at the center of the project. Progress on an area known as the Vault is also well underway. This is Trojina's vertical village, which will be dug out from the surrounding mountains. According to the project's executive director, more than 1 million cubic tons of material have already been excavated from the mountains. Foundation work on the future ski village has also been in progress over the past year. As it stands today, the plans for the construction seem to be very well underway, and with considerable progress in just the span of a year, Saudi Arabia seems to be committed to their very short 2029 timeline. But despite this commitment to their deadline, there are still a lot of questions that are left unanswered. One of the greatest criticisms against Trojina is the feasibility of maintaining a winter destination in such an environment. Although temperatures in the mountains can reach below freezing, snowfall is still a rare occurrence. To have enough snow for a functioning ski resort, this project would have to rely solely on artificial snow machines, which require a lot of water and electricity to operate. All of this starts to sound even more challenging when you add the fact that seawater all the way from the Red Sea will be used for it. Not only do they have to transport all this water over great distances and elevation, they also have to desalinate it first. But now, let's get to Sindala, another major project within NEOM that's currently under construction. It's NEOM's luxury island resort destination off the city's coast. The island destination is positioned by the Red Sea and is accessible either by boat, seaplane, or the nearby NEOM Bay Airport. Sindala will be a world-class yachting destination, which features an 86-berth marina. The island will also be home to 3 luxury hotels, a golf course, and an array of luxury restaurants and retail outlets. First announced just in December of this past year, this major project is expected to be the very first to open within NEOM. Its developers plan to welcome the island's very first guest by as early as 2024. The success of Sindala is actually very important to the rest of NEOM, as its opening next year will mark the very first opportunity for the public to experience what this futuristic city is all about. Given its imminent opening date, construction on Sindala is actually well underway. Looking at satellite images from Google Maps, most of the island is currently being built. Roads have already been built, and the basic layout of the buildings and foundations have already been decided. Finally, the fourth major project within NEOM is Oxagon, a floating industrial port city by the kingdom's west coast. To give a brief background, Oxagon is supposed to be the business and industrial heart of NEOM. It would be a port city located in one of the busiest shipping routes in the world and serve various emerging industries such as green energy, for example. The project will also be home to the port of NEOM, the future megacity's main industrial and logistics hub. With an investment of US $2 billion, Saudi Arabia hopes to open the port's first terminal by 2025. But aside from industry, Oxagon will also serve as its own thriving city, complete with dedicated residential, entertainment, leisure, and tourist districts. Despite the lack of any actual news surrounding the construction, there's only been limited work done on the project. Looking at satellite images of the site, some infrastructure surrounding the port of NEOM has been built. Compared to the rest of NEOM, this seems to be the one with the least amount of work done. Looking at everything that's already been constructed, Saudi Arabia seems to be quite serious about turning their trailers into reality. How exactly they will turn out though? Well, we'll see in the future. I really hope you guys enjoyed this update video, and do you want to see more videos like this? Do you think NEOM's projects will become reality? Let us know in the comments right down below. Thank you for watching.